So today in this video tutorial we will learn about how to make a slider control within the Java GUI. So how we can do that? First of all, we need to click on our compiler, which is IntelliJ IDEA, and let's wait for it to open. Okay, now our compiler has been opened up properly, and now we need to click on File, we need to click on New, we need to click on File, we need to click on New, and we need to click on Project. So here we need to write the name of the project as Delta or any other name of your own choice, and we also need to click check on this JDK that either it has been installed or not. So here we got our JDK installed properly. So now we need to click on create. We need to click on this window, and now it will open up a sample file and sample code for us. So now this has been done. Now we need to cancel all this file, all this code, and now we will write our own code. Okay, so in order to make this work, we need to import certain libraries. So we will write import javax dot swing dot static and semicolon. Now first our first library is javax.swing, and why we have written this dot static? Because this file character helps us to have access to all of the classes lies within the swing library. Okay, so that is why. And this dot swing library actually used to provide us the classes like JSlider, like JPanel, and like JFrame, which are very crucial for our GUI building. Okay, now we will go and we will import our second library, that is javax dot swing dot event dot change event. Okay, dot event dot change event. This is one of our another library, that is event, and we also need to write import javax dot swing dot event dot change listener. Okay, so we can go and we can click on change listener. So now there are two libraries, change event and change listener. So what is the purpose of these libraries? So whenever our user used to change the value of this slider, these two classes will provide us the functions which used to detect the change in the value of the slider. So they are actually use the work of detection. So these two are our libraries, change event and change listener. Okay, or we can say not libraries. The best thing is we can say classes, because they used to provide us certain functions. Okay, so now we will write public class main, public class main, and like this. So this is the generic syntax of the Java. If you write a program, then void main and public class main, these two are the generic syntax. So you need to write these out. Okay, all sort of code lies within the void main and public class main class. Okay, lies within two things. So this has been done. Now we will write public static void main, public static void main. Okay, so string and arguments. So in public static void main, Okay, now we have written public static void main, and why we have written public and why we have written static. We have written public because we want our main function to be accessed from anywhere and not from the not from just within the class. Okay, and why we have written this static, because we don't want an object with the help of which we will fetch the main function, but without object. Okay, so that is why we have written static. Okay, and void is the return type, you must know about it. And within this void main function we will create all sort of our things. Okay, so now we will write public static. So we will write jframe frame is equal to new jframe. Okay, and now within this jframe we will write title as slider control. Slider control. So jframe frame is equal to new jframe, and this is slider control. Now what is this jframe? Jframe is a class. This jframe is a class, and this frame is the object of that particular class. Okay, so one more thing. And what about this jframe, new jframe? We have written this new because we want to make this frame as the object of this jframe type. Okay, so and what about this jframe? This is our constructor function, and it will make a frame, outer frame for our GUI, that is jframe. And what is the title? So whatsoever we will write in the parentheses, in the parameter brackets, so it will be the title of the main GUI. So like this. So it will create a outer frame for us. So we will go and we will write jpanel is equal to new jframe equal to new jframe. Okay, is equal to new jframe. Okay, now we have created a jpanel, not jframe but jpanel. So now we have created an object which is panel and which is of the type jpanel. And what is jpanel? Jpanel is actually create a panel for us, especially this thing, the construction function. Actually this function will create a panel for us on which we will place certain controls, certain things like slider and all these things. Okay, so this is essential. This is just like a container to place some sort of things on it. Okay, so we have created this jpanel as well. Then we will go and we will write jslider is equal to new j slider is equal to new j slider, and then we will write constants, swing constant, not constants but swing constants dot horizontal. Okay, dot horizontal, comma 0, comma 100, comma 50. Okay, now this jslider constructor function will actually do one thing, which is we like this. Okay, so now we have created an object of the type jslider, of the type jslider. Slider is equal to new jslider. So what is this actually? So now we have created, with the help of this constructor function, that is jslider, we have created our slider control. And what about within the parameter brackets? This is written swing constants dot horizontal. So this command, okay, is actually used to place our slider horizontally. Okay, And what about this main 0 and max 0 and value comma 50? This is the lowest value, that is the minimum value, that is 0. This 100 is the maximum value and 50 is the initial value on which pointer has been located. Okay, so we have written it out. So J slider and this thing. Then we will write slider dot set measure text spacing, set slider dot set measure slider dot set measure text spacing dot set measure text spacing 20. Okay, now what is this? Now obviously if there is a slider, there must be some sort of tick marks on it, and some tick marks are minor tick marks, some are major. So the major or big tick marks are on every 28 units, means that first tick mark is on 20th position. Okay, so this is slider dot set measure tick spacing. And what about minor tick spacing? We will go and we will write slider dot minor text spacing, slider dot minor text spacing, and 5. So after every 5 unit there is one minor text spacing, there is one minor text spacing. So like this, and then we will go and we will write slider dot set paint, slider dot set paint text slider dot set paint text true. Okay, now we have made visible our tick marks. And the next thing is slider dot set paint labels true. Set slider dot set paint labels true. labels labels true, like this. So this is set measure tick spacing and minor tick spacing. Okay, so like this. So now we will run it out and we will see that either there is some sort of problem in it. There is one problem here. We need to write J slider like this. What they say, set measure text spacing, SPACING, spacing of 5, and set measure tick spacing and set minor tick yes, the P must be small, here, like this, and here also P must be small, P. Okay, like this. So now it will be running properly. Now we will add one function which is the for detection of the event. So we will go and we will write slider dot change here. So we will write slider dot add change listener. So this function is actually the part of the change listener class, and it will just detect the change dot change listener, 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 and we will write new change listener. New change listener. Okay, wait, and our function has been created. Why public void state change viewer. So these two are the functions. So these two are the functions with the help of which we will detect the change in the value of the slider. So after the change has been detected, whatsoever inside these two parameter brackets will get executed. Okay, so like this. So slider dot add change listener, new change listener, and all this. So here we will write int value is equal to slider dot get value. Okay, so what is this now? Dot get value function will actually take the value of the slider, the current value of the slider on which the position of the arrow is, and then it will give the value to this variable. Okay, due to this is equal to sign or assignment operator. So it will get the value function will get the value and then give it to the value variable, and then we will print the system.out system dot out dot println, and here we will write slider value is equal to, and we will write comma. Okay, it's said comma and plus value, comma and plus value, like this. Although this comma is not seems to be okay, we will just write like this. So we will print system.out.println will print the value of the slider. Okay, after this has been done, we will write panel dot add slider, means that slider must have to be mounted on the panel. Okay, and then we will write frame dot add panel dot add panel. Now panel will be mounted on the frame. Spelling of the frame must be right. Me and this thing, frame dot add panel, and in the last frame dot pick. Now the panel will be mounted on the frame. Okay, panel will be mounted on the frame, and here in the last we will write frame dot pick. Frame dot pick function will actually adjust the size of the frame so that all the components will get a proper visibility and proper position. So proper adjustment, so all the components will get proper adjustment. So here we will write frame dot pick, and here frame dot set visible true, frame dot set visible true. Okay, so now this is that the last function is to set the visibility of the frame as true. Now we will run it out. Now we can see that we got our slider, and now whenever we will change the position of the slider, we got the actual slider value like this. So in this way we can make a slider in the Java GUI. So hopefully you got the concept. So thanks for visiting our channel, and don't forget to subscribe.